Welcome to United We Spay, the show dedicated to promoting affordable spay-neuter services nationwide. Each episode delves into the heart of the movement, sharing inspiring stories and driving positive change. Our goal is to raise awareness, educate, and empower, addressing overpopulation's root causes to ensure every animal has a chance for a better life. Hosted by Stacy LeBaron and the United Spay Alliance team, we're on a mission to change lives. Fed up with the fixation on symptoms in the animal welfare conversation, it's time to change the narrative. Join us on United We Spay, where we make a difference by spreading knowledge and building a compassionate world for animals. Let's put prevention first and spotlight spay-neuter in the animal welfare space.
So we're going to shift now. I am going to introduce our next speaker, Pat Chan. And so let me make sure I pull up Pat's bio here because she's a very impressive lady, and I'm very excited that we're able to share her with you today. Patricia, or Pat Chan, is a trailblazing retired financial planner who made history as the first female and Panamanian division chief for the Panama Canal Commission. Born and raised in Panama, Pat's love of animals began at a young age, and she felt a deep connection with them through their eyes. Despite facing numerous obstacles as a woman in a male-dominated field, Pat worked tirelessly to achieve her goals and became a respected leader in her profession. In 2001, Pat sponsored 2 veterinarians to attend an animal conference in Costa Rica, where she met Esther Meckler, the director of Spay USA at the time and now president of the United Spay Alliance. Esther planted the seed to establish Spay Panama, which has since spayed and neutered over 350,000 animals. Pat's unwavering dedication to animal welfare has not gone unnoticed. In 2010, she was awarded the prestigious Animal Welfare Hero Award by the Humane Society of the United States. She has also been recognized by the Panamanian government for her contributions to animal welfare. And in 2017, she was awarded the Hero for Panama Award. Despite the challenges she has faced, Pat remains committed to her cause. She firmly believes that education is key to changing attitudes toward animals in Panama and hopes to continue to make a positive difference in the lives of animals in her country.
Good morning, everybody. Guna Yala, formerly known as San Blas, is a narrow strip of land on the Caribbean coast of Panama and the 350 islands, of which 50 are inhabited. It is the home of the Guna people. Many people think of the Guna Islands as a beautiful and tropical paradise with crystal clear waters, white sandy beaches, and vibrant coral reefs. They may also associate the islands with the indigenous Guna people who inhabit the area and their unique culture and customs. Some may also think of the islands as a remote and secluded destination, perfect for a relaxing and off-the-grid vacation. Overall, the Guna Yala Islands are often seen as a dream destination for those seeking a true tropical paradise. Then you face the island of Gardit Sugduk, an overcrowded island that is facing the shocking consequences of climate change, and it cannot be ignored. Spaying and neutering initiatives play an unexpected but vital role. As communities around the world face the challenges of rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and ecological disruption, the health and management of animal population becomes increasingly important. Approximately 40,000 people live on the islands and about 30,000 in mainland. We have done spay clinics in 5 islands: Aligandí, Playón Chico, Ostupo, Rio Azucar, and this one, Gardí Sugduk, on July 21st of this year. Dr. Jeff Young participated in 2 islands, Aligandí and Rio Azucar. Guna Yala has a unique system of self-governance, with each community having its own chief and elders who make decisions for the group. The Guna people have successfully preserved their culture and way of life despite outside influences. After getting the permits from the Guna Assembly, we departed early morning on three pickups. The twists and turns on the road may be like a roller coaster ride, but the scenic views along the way make it all worth. The scenic beauty of the surroundings help to make the journey more enjoyable and memorable. Just like a roller coaster, the road may have its ups and downs, but the stunning vistas make the ride all the more thrilling and worthwhile. We reach to the pier where we will take the boat. This is Guna territory. We have to unload all our boxes with supplies. We take everything, even the tables. In 1925, the Guna people revolted and made their own flag. People gasped when they see the evil symbol of the swastika, but for thousands of years, this symbol represented peace and positivity. The 1925 revolt of the Guna Indians was against the Panamanian government and the United States, who controlled the Panama Canal at the time. The Guna people were demanding greater autonomy and rights to their traditional lands. Were the Guna Indians successful in their 1925 revolt? No, the Guna Indians were not successful in their 1925 revolt. The revolt was quickly suppressed by the Panamanian military, and many Guna leaders were captured and imprisoned. The Guna people continued to struggle for their rights and autonomy in the following years, eventually leading to the creation of the Guna Yala Autonomous Territory in 1938. Still loading the boat, everybody on board, departing, and we reached to the island. You can see the level of the sea, but more notable is how the structures seem to be crumbling. Damage to buildings and other infrastructure in coastal areas are at greater risk of damage from flooding and erosion as sea levels rise. As soon as we reach the island, the Gunas help us unload everything. Important to take our own water. Word gets around real quick that we have arrived, and they start coming with their animals. These are some of the animals. We did get to spay and neuter 94% of the cat population. Most of them were in good conditions. Cats roam around freely on the island. They're basically not afraid of people. We involved the younger generation for a better understanding of the importance of spaying and neutering animals. It is crucial to instill a sense of compassion and responsibility towards animals at a young age in order to create a more humane society. By involving younger people in initiatives related to animal welfare, we can help shape a better and brighter future for the animals. I can tell you that this young fellow is empowered with his black gloves and the clipper. Our vets were trained in the quick spay method by Dr. Isis Johnson Brown, and in 2006, Dr. Jeff Young came and trained us on how to spay and neuter newborns. They are all graduates of the University of Panama. The Gunas in Gardi were thankful for the clinic and want us to come back to their island before they're totally relocated. And there are 2 islands beside that one that is also sinking. So we have to make plans for going back. 8 vets, 2 techs, and 2 vet students participated. In the middle is Matias, who is a Guna Indian and works with us as the anesthesiologist. He is our true connection with the Guna Yala. For centuries, most of Guna people have lived by the sea with a rich cultural heritage and a deep connection to their natural environment. The government cleared a portion of the jungle to move the residents of Gardi Subdut to a sterile housing complex on dry land. The idea of moving Gardi Subdut to the mainland was originally from the Sila, or the chief, Jose Davis, who is the highest authority on the island, who gave up a piece of land, but because it was too small, he was unable to achieve his goal. Then the government intervened and assigned the land and began the construction of housing at a cost of $12.2 million. Some of the residents have expressed that they are aware that the lifestyle they had on the island will not be the same now that they arrive in the neighborhood. Still, they acknowledge they will get used to it and are excited. According to the organization dedicated to the displacement of people, Displacement Solution, the population of Gardisubduc in Guna Yala, Panama, will be the first human displacement in Latin America caused by climate change. The spay-neuter program is crucial to prevent the spread of diseases and improve the overall health of these animals who may face challenges in their new environments. Effective spaying and neutering programs help control populations, reducing the spread of disease and minimizing reducing the spread of diseases and minimizing pressure on limited resources. In areas affected by climate change, these initiatives can ease the burden on displaced communities, ensuring that both people and animals receive the care they need. The leaders of Gardisubduc gave us the numbers of families on the island and the numbers of animals for us to plan the spay clinic. Unfortunately, the rabbits and the hamsters did not show up at the spay clinic. We do spay and neuter rabbits and hamsters also. Overall, 75% of the animals were spayed and neutered. By promoting animal welfare and supporting sustainable population management, spay and neuter initiatives contribute to the resilience of communities facing the environmental impacts of a changing climate. So it all boils down to spay-neuter. Spaying and neuter is a simple and effective way to make a positive impact on animal welfare by preventing overpopulation, reducing health risks, improving behavior, saving money, and promoting responsible pet ownership. It is a compassionate and responsible choice that benefits both animals and their owners and their communities. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful work. I'm going to echo Rosario in the comments. Beautiful work that you're doing down there. Very important conversation to have. I mean, we have been having just historic hurricanes here in the United States, talking about climate change and the impact that it has on communities. I mean, side note, if anyone's out there today listening or in the future, I hope you're all safe in that southeastern portion of the country that has been experiencing those hurricanes. So I guess, can I ask, I'm curious, how does because it's like a whole network, right, that is needed to move people from one place to another. And so there's human support services. And I'm just wondering how the government and the work that you're doing with the spay neuter, like, is there any, like, what's the connection like? Is it all very collaborative? Is it very positive that you're all working together? Or are they kind of like, why are you here? You know, we're moving people. What's that like?
No, our connection is with the Guna people, not with the government. No, but the Guna understand the importance of spaying and neutering. So that's a plus on the side for the animals.
For sure. And we have a question from Amy. Was there any resistance to involving young people that didn't have any training or knowledge in the process? You know, is welcoming them in?
None at all. They were excited.
And how many young folks do you have volunteering and participating, I'm wondering?
At the clinic, we have about 250 on the list, and they're on call whenever we have a spay and neuter clinic. For tomorrow, we have what we call Michi Fest, and we're going to operate 400 cats. And we have a busload of young people coming from Cocle, which is about 3 hours away from the city. And they're all excited.
That is awesome. That is awesome. All right. So I jotted down a few questions, but I am wondering, you spoke about, I guess, the people's connection to the natural environment. Did you have any trouble? It sounds like no, but did you have any trouble with them, with the people accepting spay neuter as a thing that should be done? Was there any resistance to having animals spayed and neutered at all?
Mostly not. Every once in a while, you will encounter an older person saying that is against the law of God, but the flow goes, and most of the people understand the benefit of spaying and neutering.
So right now, what can I ask just generally, like what are your biggest challenges right now as you're doing the work?
Being spread around the whole country, everybody calls us because we do massive campaigns. We can do 1,000 in a week, and that's why people call us. But we can't be everywhere, and that's the problem, the waiting list.
And so just to emphasize for anyone out there that missed that, so Spay Panama does campaigns that do 1,000 animals in a week. Is that what you just said?
In a weekend.
In a weekend. So one weekend doing 1,000 animals. And so, and can you tell us how many vet techs are there to make that happen?
We have 11 veterinarians, and we have 2 techs, but we also have the support of the vet students at the university.
That is outstanding. So as you're working, we have a question of how do you handle translation services in the midst of all this?
Well, with most of the Gunas understand Spanish because the schooling system requires that they learn Spanish, so there's no problem.
Okay. That eliminates one barrier, fortunately. You got enough to worry about. I'm just keeping my eye on the questions box. So we have a question saying, how do you cover the cost? Are you guys fundraising, or is there any government funding to support this, or how does it work?
Spay Panama does not condone free spay and neuter, but in the situation with the Guna Indians, we knew that we had to absorb the costs. And we also included vaccination, which usually is not included in the spay campaigns, but it was necessary because they were going to be moved to an unknown area. All these animals live in an enclosed environment in an island. They're going to go to the mainland, and they're going to be exposed to new challenges.
All right. So do you ever have to turn people away from a clinic?
No, never.
Never?
No. Let's say we ask for a low-cost contribution, and if they don't have money, we ask them, can you help us sweep or pick up garbage or whatever? And they do. And they do help us. And we also have a bartering system at our center where people that have more than 3 animals and can't afford to spay neuter, we give them a day where they can come help, and then we'll spay and neuter their animals for free. It's always the guardian or the rescuer participating and giving something for the benefit of the animals.
And so everyone has a part to play. You know, there's room for everybody, right? Not turning anyone away. And so I know you mentioned Dr. Jeff a few times, and kind of my understanding is there's a really awesome connection between, there's Spay Mexico, Spay Panama. There's a lot of this kind of Spay Global coming together where I hear a lot of really cool things coming together down in your part of the world. And I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about, just the work of Spay Panama at large, or if you have anything on the horizon.
I think it's very important to believe that you don't have to invent the wheel. If you work together with groups, you will shorten the learning curve. Working together, we can accomplish a lot.
For sure. So I'm wondering, too, if you could walk us through what is the experience like for vets and techs who come to do these clinics? Like, how long are they there for?
Well, the ones that are working for Spay Panama, they've been with us for years, and also our vet tech. Matias has been with us for more than 14 years. Matias is an interesting story. I met Matias in our first Spay campaign in Guna Yala, and it really caught my attention. He was a young fellow But he asked me if I could get a Spanish vet book. And that really caught my attention. And I really had to dig up to find a Spanish book because everything was in English. Finally got it. And he wanted to become a vet. He did the exam. Unfortunately, in the University of Panama, there are about over 200 applicants every year, and they only picked the top 50. Well, Matias came out as number 82, so he wasn't accepted. I went to talk to the dean. I say, listen, you don't have one single vet in the strip of land or in the 350 islands. Why don't you give him a chance? Well, the dean said, next. So I lost track of Matias for years. And then one day he came knocking on our doors. He said, I just graduated from as a vet tech from Costa Rica. I said, okay, you're hired. You come work with us.
So if a veterinarian is out there listening and is interested in working with you, is there a way for them to get involved in Spay Panama?
I'm working with Craig Nielsen from Spay Global and Spay Mexico to have a training program because he has it set up in Mexico. And I want to copy that program here in Panama. Why invent a new thing if it's already done and it's successful?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I have 2 vets in Mexico working with him, and they're going to get all the details. And most probably, I'll invite Craig to come down.
For sure. All right. And so we have a question. Do you spay and neuter animals other than cats and dogs?
Yes.
Anything else come through your clinic doors?
Yeah, we have gone to the rural area where we castrate horses. We do hamsters, rabbits, and in one instance, we did castrate a monkey.
A monkey. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun. Very cool. So I am just very glad that you were able to share your time with us today. Does anyone else have any questions? I'll keep an eye on those. But I think that the work, and I know that I echo Esther, I know that she was kind of critical to your beginnings of Spay Panama, and we're just so excited to see what that looks like today and the numbers and everything that you're doing. Your work is so important. And I think that we have a lot to learn from you, and as we continue to share what we're doing here as well. So I want to thank you so much for sharing your presentation with us today.
Thank you. And if anybody wants to contact us, you can write me an email and we'll share our thoughts.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pat.